Good morning, all of you. I don't have to. Yes. Um, I think I don't have to actually make an introduction to all of you because some of you have already seen me and had heard what I was talking, because there were a couple of webinars that you all have attended. My name is Raj Das Kurias. I'm the person who is in charge of operations and marketing, and I'm taking care of the marketing part, as well as building more networks with potential people in the market. So as a basic introduction to all of you, we Europe Study Center, we are having more than 65 plus offices across India, and we are representing more than 500 plus universities, both private as well as public, inside European Union. And the major focus of Europe Study Center is on the 27 Schengen countries, because almost for more than a decade, exactly speaking, it's been more than 14 years that we are concentrating on this business. So once again, I'm welcoming all of you who had taken time to come and join with us to hear about what we are and what we are actually doing in the market, and how we are helping our partners to make the recruitment possible for everyone. That's how the business model. See, again, my presentation you have seen, it is all about the introduction, and then why study in Europe. I mean, especially we put a special term like Germany. I think you can hear me if I'm not wrong. Can someone just type if you can hear me, as well as you can see me? Normally, people used to have a yes. Thank you, Prashant. See, today, yeah. Thank you so much. Many of them are writing to me saying that they can hear me. Yes, thank you. See, you might have heard about today's news that I'll tell you. We got a new information today that MCI had put an order. You might have seen that, because there was actually a conflict between the MCI as well as the Honorable Supreme Court had made a decision that they do not want to postpone the NEET examination. So today's order of the Supreme Court, as well as the ordinance passed by the Medical Council of India, that the NEET admissions are allowed to the students without NEET. And those students who take admission for 2020, for this year, they can go to the universities abroad without writing NEET. And that's the order which had been passed. I'm just having the order with me. See, if you can see, yeah, this is the order from the Medical Council of India. Yeah. Those see, in a very small gist, I will tell, those who are seeking admission in any foreign medical institution can proceed for the admissions before this year, without writing the NEET examination. Because of COVID situation, it is not possible. So that is the reason why they had put this particular order. Provided the students who are going without NEET for this year, they should actually write the NEET for the next year, that is 2021. So to this year, they had given an exemption for the students. That's the whole point of this ordinance. So on that point, I really want to tell you some of the few some information regarding the medical programs that we are actually representing. See, my dear friends, when it comes to medical universities or medicine, or we call it as MBBS, there are two segments of universities in two different segments of countries that Europe Study Center is dealing with, because we are working with universities which is in Schengen area, as well as we are working with universities where the universities are outside Schengen area. So which means we are recruiting students to European continent. For example, like Bulgaria, Romania, Georgia, Ukraine, Moldova, all these countries are, where we are recruiting our students for medicine, as well as we are recruiting for students for Schengen countries like Italy, then Czech Republic, then Slovakia, then Lithuania, then Latvia, and Poland. So these are the countries which is under Schengen area, but whereas the other countries are inside European continent. But I'll tell you, there is a huge difference between these two set of universities or countries, because I have seen people marketing medicine as do your medicine in Europe, like that. But you have to understand the the program that we are offering are in Schengen countries, but not like the others market like it is in Europe. It is definitely in Europe because it is inside European continent. If you take Georgia, if you take Bulgaria, Romania, or Ukraine, these are all coming under the European continent, but it has nothing to do with the Schengen countries medical program. Why? I will tell you an example. See, when you take an admission in Italy, or when you are taking an admission in Lithuania, for example, I will tell you, see, in this, the students are having 6 years of bachelor's studies for medicine. And exactly like Georgia or Ukraine or Moldova or Russia, again they have 6 years of education. So in both these sectors, 6 years of educations are there. Now, when let's put it like category 1 and category 2. Category 1 is the Schengen countries. Yes, definitely I will come for masters as well. I'm talking about medicine a little bit, and then I will come to the master's program. So first set of category, which is what I am talking to you all, is like these countries in Schengen countries. When a student is starting his education in a Schengen country, let's take Lithuania. From the first year, he joins as a bachelor's student. Okay, you understand? He starts as a bachelor student. And after finishing his 6th year, he is getting a master's degree. So, which means a student who is doing medicine in any Schengen country is getting an integrated degree, like he's getting a master's degree. So, he starts as a bachelor, and after 6 years he end as a master's degree. I mean, a master's is getting a master's degree. What is the benefit of that? Because I will tell you, once you are getting a master's degree from any European universities that is in Schengen area, then you are eligible to do fellowship for free of cost. What is this fellowship is? See, fellowship is similar to what our Indian students take here in India as MD, because here after 5 years of MBBS, the student, if they want to specialize in any programs, for example, let it be cardiovascular surgery or endocrinology or orthopedic or pediatric or gastrology or whatever it is, if they want to specialize in a separate stream of studies, they have to take 2 years of master's degree. Am I right? So here my point is, that is what the Indian situation is. But when it comes to the European situation or the European educational system, the student who is taking a bachelor's degree and after finishing his 6 years is getting a master's degree. So once a student gets a master's degree from any of the European Union countries, then he is eligible to do fellowship for free of cost. Many of us doesn't know about this particular option, because fellowship is same like specialization. If a student wants to specialize in some special streams, he has to take 1 year. It can be 1 year, 1.5, 2 years. See, we had sent many students to European countries, those who have did their MBBS here. After finishing their MBBS, they want fellowship. But if a student had done his MBBS in India, and if he's looking for a fellowship in Europe, then he has to pay a fees that is more than 10,000 euros. But if a student had finished his bachelor's in European Union, then he is eligible to do fellowship for free of cost. After entering the fellowship, the student will have a 4 years, minimum 4 to 5 years of residency program. Residency means, he will be getting an opportunity to work in any of the country or villages as a practice after the fellowship. So once he get into the residency program, he is being considered as a normal medical doctor in that particular university, and he gets the license to practice as a private medical practitioner, and he gets a PR along with it. So this is the importance of doing medicine in European Union. European Union means the Schengen countries. So once again, I brief you. Once a student starts his after his +2, if a student is getting into any of the medical universities, from the first year till the 6th year, after finishing his 6th year, he is considered as a master student. So when he is a master student, he is eligible to do fellowship for free of cost. And from the fellowship, he is getting into residency. And through residency, he is getting a permanent residentship over there. That is in where he is practicing. So this is the benefit of doing medicine in Schengen countries. My dear friends, how many of the medical doctors, many medical doctors are approaching us in order to do practice in Germany. So, many doctors who had passed out MBBS and who have good experience over here, they go to Germany and they take a German adaptation program. It's a German adaptation, it's a German language program. It's a German language program. Along with that, they have to write a district, test. After passing the test, they will get a license, and from there they should again write an examination where they will be given a license to practice completely as a medical doctor. So there are many procedures, but it's all easy procedures. Only thing is that if you really want to practice as a doctor in Germany, you need to have a German language, B2 level German language qualification. Exactly like that, in many of the European Union countries, language is is a part of the program, because as a doctor you are dealing with the patients. So when you deal with the patients, you really need to know some of the basics which they are teaching you when you do the 6 years of medical program in the European Union. See, I will introduce one of the top universities in the world, that is Lithuanian University of Health Science. See, Lithuanian University of Health Science is our exclusive partner. This university had recorded 78,000 patients last year. You have to imagine, they had recorded 78,000 patients in a year, and this is one of the largest medical university in the whole Baltic region. Okay, and this university, I will tell you, there is a collegium. Okay, there is a collegium of doctors. There are 12 expert doctors in the whole world from different parts, including US and UK. And these 12 doctors are the specialized doctors in cardiovascular surgery, where they are experts in repairing a heart. Normally, when it comes to heart surgery, or when it comes to any issues related to heart, what they do is like they put a foreign object like pacemaker or stent or angioplast or whatever. They put a lot of foreign objects inside the heart of a patient, and that's how they run. But these 12 doctors are the experts and licensed doctors in the world who can repair a heart. The valves of the heart can be repaired. Among them, the one who is leading this collegium is the professor and the doctor who is practicing in this university, that is Lithuanian University of Health Science. My dear friends, you might be wondering what is actually, see, people have to ask me what is Lithuania, where is this Lithuania? But I tell you, see, there, this is what the most important selling point or most important highlight of this university, one of the largest medical university in Baltic region. Along with that, they have such an infrastructure and research facilities that a student is literally paying a very nominal fees and getting an exposure to all of these advantages and amenities like that. So the fee structure, I would say, in normally when it comes to category 1, that was, I'm talking about the Schengen countries, let it be Lithuania, let it be Latvia or Poland or Italy or Czech or Slovakia. In all these countries, when it comes to medical program, the program fees for a year comes like more than 10,000 euros. So today, Stephen, I'm talking about medicine. I mean, MBBS, in European Union. So my whole point is this one. I'm talking about the medical opportunities for students, because you have seen that they don't need NEET for this year. And NEET is the requirement of the Indian government. There are many students who take up as a challenge. They really want to actually go to European Union, and the universities and the country is not putting a bar to the students who doesn't have NEET, because when it comes to any Schengen countries, they are not bothered whether you have a NEET examination. NEET is just an entry criteria for the students to come and practice back in India if they are willing to come. So this is a whole point. And again, from the category 1, when it comes to European continent, like the countries like Georgia, Russia, Ukraine, these countries, I will tell you, they are having a very nominal fee structure, which means you can cover up your entire medical programs tuition fees 20 lakhs all together, or maximum 25 lakhs for 6 long years. So this is what the fees is. But nowadays, parents are very educated. Parents knows better than the students, or even they used to come and tell us like when you are looking for, let's take Indian situation. If I want to take my kid for a checkup in any hospital, when I look for a pediatrician, I always look for a doctor who is having an MD degree. Am I right? We look for specialized doctors, like those who have an MD degree. So when you look into those aspects, what I have seen is like they will be when you spend a huge amount of money for a bachelor degree, you are merely getting a bachelor's degree. That's it. So I would always suggest and recommend the students and parents to spend your money for the masters or for the MD program. So that is more worth than what you spend for your kids for getting a mere bachelor's degree. Because those MBBS students who are passing out from India nowadays, they are being placed in hospitals in casualties. Unless and until you have an MD program, and you won't be getting enough clients when you practice as a doctor. So what I mean to say is like, invest wisely for your students. So for medicine, we have huge opportunities. This is what I was telling you. And coming back to the next category, that is, there are plenty of questions coming across, like project management, masters in data or business analytics, and universities that are good in that. See, Faizan as well as Stephen, we are basically focusing on all the European universities. And when it comes to project management, we have plenty of opportunities for students, especially in countries like Sweden, countries like Finland, as well as countries like Netherlands. And we have also opportunities for students, those who can when see, when you counsel a student, that's what I'm talking about. When you counsel a student, normally the student will have to tell you what is his budget. So based upon the budget, all these programs is available in the platform of Europe Study Center. That is, in countries like when you take Central European countries, especially in Czech Republic, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Hungary, we have all these programs like project management. And we have one of the top school in Hungary, that is called International Business School. They have this particular master's program that is in project management. And IBS, it's called IBS. This particular university is giving a dual degree, because a student is getting a degree from IBS as well as a degree from University of Buckingham University. So if a student wants to do a project management in UK, he has to spend more than 14,000 pounds, 13,000 pounds. But whereas the student is just spending 3,500 euros per semester in Hungary, and he is getting a dual degree. Is getting a degree from Hungarian University, and also is getting a degree from University of Buckingham. So this is absolutely an option which is available for your students, Stephen. So like this, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, one basic thing I want to tell you: when it comes to European Union, all the universities are following a unified program or unified certification program, or centralized education system, otherwise called as ECTS. It's called European Credit Transfer and Accumulation System. So if a student is getting into, for example, if he is getting an admission in Lithuania, take for example for project management, it is for 2 years master's program. After finishing his first year, he gets a credit, he gets his credits actually. And if after getting the credits, he can transfer these credits to another country, for example Sweden, which the country is offering again project management. So for the second year, he can do as project management in a different country. That is why we are majorly focusing on European Union countries. So I think, if you contact us more, contact any of our counselors, absolutely they will be giving you n number of options for this, depending upon the student's budget. I mean, for example, if he's looking for a higher budget, if he's willing to pay more, but he wants countries like Sweden, Germany, or Italy, or Norway, or Finland, plenty of options are available for them. And if they are actually looking for options with a low budget, but the quality of education is never compromised. That's my whole point. Because whenever I talk about less fee structure, people always ask me, Raj, are you promoting those schools which doesn't have any amenities or research facilities, or just for the sake of taking the students, they are taking with some money, they have nothing? Please don't have such mindsets, because European education is controlled not by the universities, it is controlled by the European Union. So the European Union is having a well-defined system, and under this well-defined system, every single universities are connected to a very an evaluation and assessment body, which assess the overall performance of the professors, the overall amenities, the infrastructure that's been provided to the students. So based upon that, they have a very high criteria. Again, see, there are many questions coming in. What about mechanical engineering? My dear friend, we Europe Study Center are representing universities. Majority of our universities are technical universities. You take, for example, let's take from Eastern European countries. Okay, let's take from Latvia. We have Riga Technical University. It's a technological university. And let's take in Lithuania, we have KTU, Kaunas Technical University, which is having an MOU signed with IIT Delhi, where students have been sent for internship in NASA. let's take in Poland, Warsaw, we have a technical university. Let's take Central Europe, Czech Republic, Technical University of Ostrava, Technical University of Liberec. And let's take Slovakia. We have STU, Slovakian Technical University. Let's take Technical University of Kosice. And let's take universities in Hungary. We have Misklok, that's a technical university. Let's take in Slovenia, we have Maribor, which is a technical university. So Bhargav, I would tell you one thing: all the universities which Europe Studies Center representing are technical universities, and for mechanical engineering, all these countries are providing top class study program for the students. If you want, again, if the student is having more budget, we can again have programs in mechanical engineering in Sweden, but it is not for bachelor students because they need 13 years of education, and it is more like and we have mechanical engineering in Germany, because a couple of days back we got offer letters from public universities for students for mechanical engineering. And again, I told you about all these Eastern European, Central European, Western European countries, which is providing n number of opportunities for engineering students. So engineering options we have plenty. Again, see, Subrashil have asked me about information related PhD in economics. My dear friends, see, let me be honest to you. PhDs are being decided by the faculties, whereas bachelors as well as masters are decided by the international office. So when we send an application for a bachelor student, even if he doesn't have that much of score, or if he has some educational gap or some other less percentage which is not giving him a possibility to take an admission, still we have a say. Still we can actually talk to the university and get his admission done. But whereas when it comes to PhDs, you know that the student has to write a decent proposal, and the proposal should include all his methodology of the research and what is his outcome that he's expecting after doing this PhD. And this proposal should be sent to the particular faculty in any universities, and the faculty will decide whether this particular research proposal is standing out from other research proposals of other students. So if the professor feels like, okay, this student is good, he will inform the international office, and from the international office they take the admission. That is why in abroad PhDs are finding very difficult, because you know that professors have a very close connection with the students, especially when it comes to European Union, because I told you 13 is to 1. For 13 students, there is only one professor for the whole bachelor's as well as master's program. So the students will have a very close rapport with the professor, and the professor will also know the potential of the student. So after finishing his master's, the same student will apply for the a PhD program, and that student, when he's very close with the professor, and the professor will actually help him to get a PhD in that university. And it is not a biased decision, please, you don't have to think like that. It is something which the professor knows the student's potential and he takes it. So when an outsider, those who want to seek PhDs abroad, it is really difficult. It becomes very difficult, and it is something which not easily available for the students. But still, we have universities, especially the Faculty of Economics in TUL, that is Liberec, that is in Czech Republic. They are inviting PhD students. Absolutely, we can help you with this, and it's depending purely upon the students' caliber and the research. So I think I have answered your question in that sense. Yes, project management at a very low cost. We will be giving you complete details on that. Absolutely. Yes, hotel management in Slovenia. Wonderful question. University of Maribor, my dear friend. I'm so glad. I think I'm blushing when you talk about Slovenia. Why? Because I am a real ambassador of this university. The simple reason I tell you, the university gives us so immense support. Let it be midnight, let it be whatever situation, if you approach the university, within minutes they will answer. And university is offering a wonderful program, that is hospitality as well as tourism. Slovenia is a place where 80% of the people from different parts of European Union come for their vacation, because it is absolutely a green country. If you go to the UNESCO as well as WF website and transparency.com, all these countries, all these websites, those are non-governmental institutions, you'll be seeing Slovenia as the ranking one country in the world for green. It's called green country in the world, greenest country in the world. So Slovenia is offering a bachelor's as well as master's program, and the fees is just 3,000 euros. 3,000 means to 2,55,000 rupees in today's rate. And this university is a public university. My dear friend, one more information I would like to share to you. If a student who is getting into this university if he's finishing 3 years of studies, and after 3 years he's getting 1 year job search visa, after that, if he's staying there for 1 more year, so he's literally finishing 5 years of his legal stay there. Once he finishes 5 years of his legal residency, he's getting a PR. He's eligible to apply for PR. I'm not I'm not an ambassador to talk about PR, or I'm not promoting any part-times, but these are the opportunities available for the students, which they will get along with their studies. So it's an added advantage. Again, it is in Central Europe. It is in Central Europe, actually, Slovenia. And one more thing, University of Maribor is having a Formula One junior team inside the campus of the university. So if you're letting me to talk, I'll be talking about a lot of Maribor. So this is the general idea. The intake is open. The students, we are sending 8 students. This 4th of September, 8 of our students are traveling to Slovenia. They are going to start their classes from, after the quarantine, they'll be starting their regular classes. We are the only consultancy in the world right now who's sending students abroad during this COVID time. And we had already 4 of our students are there. So I'm very glad to inform you about it. And mechanical engineering, I had already spoken before. Masters for mechanical engineering is available in countries like Sweden, in countries like Finland, in countries like Germany. Is of course free education. If the student is having more than 70% of mark, definitely we will apply for the student for mechanical engineering in Germany, and he will get a free education, and he should have at least 6.56 IELTS score. But if he is looking for countries like Slovakia, Slovenia, Hungary, then Czech Republic, again Lithuania, the fee structure is very less. It doesn't need IELTS, and it is a 2-year program. Absolutely, the students are getting placed after finishing their studies. And do masters in data science or business analytics, so suggest me for Germany or Italy. Absolutely, Mohammed, we have plenty of options for you, especially in Germany and Italy, because Italy, that there are top universities like Politimo, Milano, there are plenty of public universities where the fee structure is only 1,550 euros. So with the fee structure, which is very less, you can get a master's in data, but it is highly competitive. Definitely, if the student profile is really good, we can definitely apply for the student in Italy as well as in Germany. Should I focus more on my GRE or my universities? See, when you are looking for a university in European Union, definitely you should look for your university score, because they are not concerned about your TOEFL, GRE or IELTS or all these, tests like that, but they will be looking for your university score. So if you have a good score, if you really want to get a free education, for example, that in that level, you should have a good score, or your score should be high. And definitely there are universities where you need IELTS, but mostly the universities in European Union are not demanding for IELTS when you have your medium of instruction is in English. Okay. And my dear friends, I think I'm already covered almost all the points. It's been more than 40 minutes now. If you have any more questions, please do contact us, because you are answering all these questions. I mean, you are putting me a lot of questions. We have, see, a small brief about Europe Study Center. Where I'm sitting right now is actually the head office. So this is the back end office of all our partners. We are having 60 plus staff working here. So 60 of them are concentrating with the university. They are supporting you, with the admission process. They are ready to answer every single question of yours. So we have a huge number of I will be giving the WhatsApp number. Just hold on. Hold on. Please, this is the WhatsApp number which I had provided to you right now. Please contact us. We will be giving you answers within minutes. That's our service. We are the fastest, you know, service providers in this industry. PR, Stephen, I've already told you. Normally, after finishing your studies, you should have a minimum 5 years. You should stay over there. So basically, the fastest PR options given for the students are Slovenia, then Portugal, which we are not doing, although we have complete, universities on hand. Why? Because Portugal's, there are many rejections happening, and Spain, definitely. Spain, Portugal, and Slovenia are those countries where you get fast PR. Why? Because as soon as you enter in that country, you are considered as a legal resident. Whereas other countries, you will be considered as a legal resident only after you finish your student status. So how much does 100 scholarship cover? See, 100 scholarship cover means it includes your tuition fees as well as your living expenses. So you don't have to literally pay. There are it is other Arnab, it is otherwise called as full potential scholarship. 2021 intake had already started. That is, we have two intakes for 2021. One is the March Feb intake as well as the September intake. So you will be having lots of opportunities. For, if I'm a bachelor in engineering from MBA plus, I have 2 year experience. Will that help me more to get a mid-tech form? Absolutely. So Slovenia capital. See, the international students campuses are in Ljubljana. That is the capital of Slovenia. So the students, those who are pleased, I can give you reference, Adil. I can give you plenty of references where students are doing part times over there, and they got part times immediately after getting into that country within a week. Said, the question is absolutely 2 years. Absolutely, you are eligible to do your masters. Absolutely, because in Czech Republic we have a university called Technical University of Ostrava, which is having a supercomputer inside the campus of the university. They are offering you specialization in information technology, artificial intelligence, robotics. All these programs are absolutely open for you. So Syed, please contact this number. Definitely we will give you options for that. I think more and more questions are coming. Definitely, I am obliged to answer all these questions. Give me a little bit of time. You please contact this number immediately. We will be answering you the questions, and then we will take it forward. Thank you once again, and be safe. And I'm telling you once more that our students, 8 of our students, are traveling on 4th to Slovenia. And when will the intake start? Yeah, Adil, the intake is open now. The intake is open now. The deadline is till September September 15th. Till September 15th, the deadline is there for bachelors as well as masters in Slovenia. So please approach us fast, and let's start the process fast. Thank you so much once again. Thank you, all of you. I think this was a very wonderful session, an interactive session, and I always, I would like to give answers to all your questions. So for the coming webinars, we concentrate more. I will take more time, because normally, one information I tell you, the Columbian University in US had sent a recent report. They said that an average adult, let it be male or female, is having a capacity to concentrate not more than 40 minutes, which means if you're listening to something, after 40 minutes, automatically your brain will not concentrate on that. Take for example, if you're watching a very thrilling movie for 2 hours, you, without your knowledge, after 40 minutes you will definitely divert your mind, because that is the human brain. So considering that, my policy is, I don't want to bother you more than 40 minutes. That is why, I'm planning to wind up. Definitely for my next session, there will be it will be on MS and PhD. Thank you once again. Stay safe and be happy. Thank you all.